Welcome everyone. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is going to be a tarot reading for the sign of Capricorn. So, obviously if you're Capricorn, this is for you, but also if you're just interested in what's going on with the Capricorn, this will be interesting for you also. The way I always do my readings is I shuffle my cards before I start the video, so everything's basically ready to go, and I'm ready to get started. Now, I haven't looked at the cards, they're face down, even though you can't see that, so let's look at them together. The first position is talking about the recent past, so I'm going to kind of go past to future, and then I'm going to leave advice for the end, okay? So, the recent past. What's been going on with my Capricorns? I have here Neptune with the Nine of Wands. Well, the Nine of Wands sounds like typical Capricorn. So, you guys are just working hard, working your asses off. Typical. But then here with Neptune, it's almost like getting lost in work. I'm getting lost in work. Maybe you're a literal workaholic, because that's what I'm getting with this is workaholic. Getting lost in your work. Maybe you don't see the end of the work. There's no end in sight to the work, or maybe it's just that you don't see the end of the work because that's just what you're so focused on. It is so like the sign of Capricorn. Anyway, let me see what else I get here to see what else could be going on. What is prompting this fixation on work besides just your nature? Tell me more with the Nine of Wands, please, in the recent past with Neptune. Honey. Okay, so you guys are just enjoying your job. You're a workaholic. That's it. You're literally a workaholic. It's cool. I think that you've come to terms with it. You know who you are. You know what you are. I don't think you have a problem with that. Let me just see what else is on top here. You guys like making money. The next card that's on top is the treasure chest. And that's part of it, obviously. Kind of obvious. Cancer. I think that you also enjoy the fact that you can take care of people by, whether that just means you're getting them presents, it is the holiday season, or actually taking care of somebody, like, on a day-to-day basis. Cancer here. And then the sword. You know what you want. You know this is for you. You kind of want to be doing this. It's your choice. That's all I'm getting. Let's move on. So this is going to be the present that I'm in now. But there's a couple of positions I can actually look at in the present. I think I want to start with your emotions. So I'm going to see how you guys are feeling right now. I have the Three of Swords with the Oracle card of the Mouth. Well, it's interesting. The Three of Swords is not a good feeling. So maybe you guys have been running away from some sort of like internal turmoil, pain, by getting lost in your work. That's one way to cope with it, right? And then the mouth here. Could be something someone said with the mouth. Could be something that was said in general. Wondering if this is something that needs to be said. Let me pull a card to see more specifically about the mouth here, because the Three of Swords is pretty clear. It just is talking about the fact that there's emotional pain. Something is not right, and I think you guys have been using work as an escape. What's the word? To disassociate, maybe? As an escapism. Yeah, that's a word. Alright, so tell me more about the position of the heart here, please. Just going to pull an extra card here to see if I can get any more information about the mouth. What does the mouth mean here? Tell me about the mouth, or just the position in general. Okay, so I have your card, Capricorn. So this could be happening at work, actually, where someone said something at work and it hurt your feelings. Okay. And I don't think something that you did at work, they basically called you out on it. They just said something about your work that hurt your feelings. Now, let me see what else is on top to see if I can get any more specifics on that. Oh, okay. So someone basically said that you don't see things from their perspective. You don't see things from their perspective, and you make too much money to be able to see things from their perspective. You're in your own little world, so how can you see things from their point of view. I think that has something to do with what was said, and yeah, let's move on. So I'm going to move to the position of the head here. This is going to tell me what you guys are thinking, how you're perceiving the situation, and also probably going to piece this puzzle together a little bit better for me. So this is the position of the head. Your conscious thoughts, your strategies. I have the Knight with the High Priestess reversed. So there's a lack of understanding. There's a lack of understanding here. I feel like you may have misinterpreted what this person said. Or either that, or it was information that was overheard that was not meant for you, and you found out about it through a third party, something to that effect, but it was never really meant for you, and you just kind of like jumped on top of it. Like you heard it, and you immediately jumped to this Three of Swords feeling, but I think that maybe this is just, either you misunderstood, or you didn't really, it's not even that you misunderstood the information, you just didn't understand it. What you heard, you didn't actually understand it. Let me pull a card on this. The High Priestess is wisdom, but it's in reverse, okay? That's a problem. So I have the 4 with Pisces as my clarifier cards. Yeah, it's like, Pisces is confusion. It's confusion, and the 4 is being stuck in confusion. A couple other cards came out. Let me just see what these are. Oh, okay. I have the King with the nut. The King's nut. It's a little derogatory, but okay. This is literally all about, it's like you got to step out of your ego. This is a little bit about yourself, the way you see things, and the way you might have jumped to misunderstand what someone said. Maybe you're touchy about like your work ethic or something to that effect, because you definitely misunderstood something that was said, or you misperceived it. I think it was misunderstood because I think it was said. And it's because the King with the nut, it's because you're so invested. It's because you're a workaholic and you literally put your all into it. That's why you're oversensitive. But that's what I think it is oversensitivity, and that's ego-based. Your ego is being triggered. But I don't even think this was a dig at you in any way. But let's move on to the next position, because this will tell me if this person meant it. Did they mean it? Or is this just literally you misperceiving what they said? Okay, so I have the 9 of Swords. This is, by the way, the situation that you're actively dealing with head on in your face. So we have the 9 of Swords with the arrow on target. Just stress. And I think it's just about this circumstance. It's about what was said is stressing you out. But again, I really think it stems from a basic not even misunderstanding the word, a lack of understanding where they're coming from. Maybe they're right in what they said. Maybe you don't understand because you are so, maybe they are right. But in a sense, you might have I think you took it the wrong way. I think you took it the wrong way, and you're stressing out over it. 9 of Swords, not great. Let me see what else I get for this position. Tell me what the 9 of Swords. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I have the Heart in reverse, so you just feel like crap, pretty obvious. But then I have a cluster of cards that also came out. The Hourglass, the Bed, so I don't know, let me look at all of these. The Hourglass, the Bed, the Cup. We have the King again, the 6, and the 0. So I'm going to parse this in triplets, okay? The King, the 6, and the 0. I'll start there first. That is just talking about your ego. And also how maybe it was just a random trigger. The 0 is like a random occurrence to your ego. Because I think you really enjoy work. So to hear something negative throws you off. You enjoy your work. You put your all into your work. You don't want to hear negative things. And when someone says something negative, throws you off. And then these other 3 cards here. Again, we're talking about the stress. Why you're so stressed out. Because this has thrown you off. And then we have the Cup, the Bed, and the Hourglass. I don't think you actually address this person. You're sitting with it. you're sitting with it, and it's like, you're just sitting with your emotions. You're sitting in bed with your emotions. You're sitting through time with your emotions. You're just sitting in it. And I think you're just stressing out, but why don't you just tell this person that they hurt your feelings? Maybe action is in order here, because all you're doing is sitting with these bad emotions that may have just been misconstrued in some way. All right, let's move on to the future, and then I'm going to pull advice. I feel like you guys really need advice, but let's look into the short-term future and see how this is going to unfold, or see what's coming towards you in general. Well, shit. The Tower card. Well, I'm going to need a sip of wine for the Tower card. 1 second. So, the Tower card with the Queen. This is someone experiencing a Tower moment. If you know what the Tower is, you obviously know it's like basically having your belief system destroyed because you were wrong. You're basically so wrong that the world came in and gave you a punch to the gut to show you how wrong you were. And that's with regards to control here. Control with the Queen. It's like maybe there has been a situation, maybe all of this does stem from the fact that you're a little too controlling at work, or with regards to the way that, you know, you're perceived at work, right? I feel like this Tower is tied to the Queen. It's tied to control. It's tied to the need to exert power. Tell me about the Tower with the Queen, please. Tell me about the Tower with the Queen. Definitely going to need more clarifier cards for this. This reading is getting real interesting. Tell me about the Tower with the Queen. I suppose anytime the Tower comes out is interesting. Tell me more about the Tower with the Queen. Interesting for me. I apologize to you guys, because the Tower is not a great card. Anything else about this Tower? Oh, there we go. So we have a card flipped itself reversed. Capricorn, your card. So it's like things are not working out at work. Capricorn is about work. It's not working out. There needs to be maybe an apology, you know? But it's like there's a falling out that is coming at work. But it needs to happen because someone needs to apologize. Okay? On the bottom, I have the hammer. That is repair. So healing is coming as a result of this fallout at work, which is where all of this stress, I think, is tied to, which makes a lot of sense because you're a Capricorn. Let's see what else is on top. So we have the Zero, the Mask with Gemini. This is literally telling the person to their face how they made you feel. Put yourself in my shoes when this happened. When what happened? Well, when this random thing happened that I hurt my feelings. Okay, the Zero is just talking about that event that was maybe somebody said something and they ran their mouth, right? Well, someone's gonna have to pay for that. There's a fallout for that. It may be that, you know, there's more things that need to be said, but it's gonna come out in the open. It's gonna all come out in the open, and people are gonna basically say their side of the story, and that's the Tower card. That's how it's gonna play out. Now, I think this is all for the end result is for the better, because these things all need to be said and things need to be just hashed out. Anything else? I feel like I just want to do one more card for this. Anything else for this reading? Anything else for this reading? My Capricorns? Gemini. Interesting. Put yourself in their shoes. You have to have this conversation. People have to put themselves in other people's shoes. I think that's the big problem here. Is there's no eye to eye, and it's going to happen. The Tower makes it happen, right? So it's going to happen regardless. Let's pull advice. Let's pull advice for you guys and see what you guys should be doing in amidst all this stuff. All right. What should my Capricorns be focused on doing, aware of, with regards to this reading, or just in general? What should my Capricorns be doing? What should my Capricorns be doing, focused or aware of, with regards to this reading, or just in general? Oh, okay. Ace of Cups. Open your heart, compassion from the Ace of Cups. there's, well, there's a cluster of cards that kind of like fell. Let me see if they're relevant or not. Okay, so it's definitely relevant. These cards are relevant. And again, we have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands. So, and the 2 of Cups. So it's like, people are actually the cause of the work. Okay? People make work for you. And if you can have compassion, Ace of Cups, and if you can really empathize with people, put yourself in their shoes, remember Gemini, then I feel like this overload, the 10 of Wands, is going to be much less of a problem because the card next to it is the Emperor. That's success, glory, victory. So you have to win these people over on an emotional level, and that you can do that by putting yourself in their shoes and empathizing with them, Ace of Cups. And then the last 2 cards here are Temperance and the Empress, which is to say you have to not only just be fair, you have to be moderate and you have to appear that way. You can't just be a fair person and you can't just be even-handed. You literally have to make sure that people see that. I don't even think I need to pull an Oracle card because I got so many freaking tarot cards out. I'm going to call that on advice, guys. There's a lot here for advice. So that's going to be it. Capricorn, I hope you guys got something out of this reading. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. And if this did resonate, please press the like button if you would. That helps me out a lot. I will see you in a couple of weeks. Take care.